Hello, and good morning. Let me work on grounding myself while we do this. So I know it's been a little while, and I wish I could show my lap. Maybe I can, we'll see. Nope, no, it can't support it. Okay, we'll figure it out another way. I normally like to do tarot readings where I show the decks, but due to my current predicament, that ain't gonna happen right now. Tuesday. I can do it Tuesday. We'll try Tuesday and see how that goes. But today, I'm going to be shuffling the deck. Dragon deck, specifically. It's gonna be a weird message. I'm not super grounded, but I've been feeling the call to do this anyways. I haven't done an actual tarot read in a while, actually. I haven't sat down with any of my cards and done any reads. Not even for myself lately. So, there is one tarot reader I watch just for fun. Whenever I don't feel like doing my own tarots. And the other day, something he said triggered in a good way. And it made me think, you know, I haven't done a read in forever. And I felt the call to do a dragon read and a fairy read. So, without, excuse me, further ado, let me actually read what this says. Is there a layout that I've been skipping? Because normally I just kind of pull cards. Oh, that's a 7-card spread. That's a 3-card spread. Let's do a 3-card spread. What you got to say, dragons? Ooh. Fancy. If you don't have a specific question, mentally ask it. What? But I don't have a specific question. If you don't have a question, ask for general guidance. I'm sorry, I just kind of started pulling cards, you know, a little trigger happy. Pick the 3 cards with your non-dominant hand. You know, I'm gonna address this now. They always say that, but I can't. So I don't think it really matters all that much. It's ritualistic and it does help, but you do what works best for you. Place them in front of you, blah blah blah, examine the cards. I was trying to see if it said anything like past, present, future, you know. Some decks are specifically, this is the future, this is the present situation, this one was not that. This one was not that. Do I even need to read? You know what? I'll go back and read and feel like if I need to read. So the first card we got is Source Dragon. Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still and silence, magic can happen. Be in the moment. I have noticed, for me specifically lately, the more grounded and the more out of my head I am, the more open I am to everything else. So like, shutting off the mind chatter, you know, ADHD, bipolar, autism, whatever you name it. I don't know if the mind chatter, I think it's just a human condition. It doesn't have to do with mental disabilities or anything like that. More personal disabilities. I think it's just something everyone has, anxiety. The mental chatter is constantly going, you can't hear anything good. But if you manage to tune down the voice, which is what I've been kind of doing, it's been slowly turning down the dial, you start hearing more. And what I mean is more of like, I've had more ideas lately. Even though I haven't been drawing, I've been writing down ideas, categories, and projects I want to work on. And sometimes I notice if I just sit there, shut my brain up for a little bit, just kind of, or put it in the background. I've noticed, like, I'll be sitting there, I'll just start drawing, and just kind of, not necessarily in the zone, like, I'm in the flow. It's just, I'm calm, I'm peaceful, I'm quiet. I'm possibly sitting here sipping on a cup of coffee, just doodling on my sketch pad. And I'll have some of the most profound ideas or revelations come through. Why? Because I gave myself space. Attunes you to the infinite. If you're so busy with this, what's going on here, you're not going to notice what's going on out here. And I'm preaching to the choir, the kettle calling the pot black, whatever you want to say. Because again, I am human, I'm doing the same thing, I'm learning the same thing. It's just I'm noticing the more space I give myself. What does that mean when you say give yourself space? Let's put it this way. You hop in a swimming tub. Or a swimming tub. A swimming pool. You say you're at an apartment complex or a hotel and you're in a swimming pool. You're cold. You swim around and sure, maybe at some point you warm up. But it's just a cold pool. It's cold, you know? And if you stay in there too long, you freeze. You start to feel like you're freezing. Your fingers and your toes get all pruny and you get all wrinkly and saggy and kind of gross. Gross looking. That's how I used to feel as a kid. You get out, you're like, I stayed in the bath too long. Well, it's just like working out, you know. If you work out, you work out every day. Maybe that's great, but you're not giving your body time to rest. You're not giving yourself space. You're not spacing out the intervals. Kind of like, that is the simplest way to do it. Spacing, just say money. You got money, and you gotta space out your money from paycheck to paycheck. That's the best way. You give it space. Hopefully. I mean, you could be someone who spent it down to $1, but I like to be the person like, I get paid next week, but I gave myself some space. All my bills are paid, and I've got a little extra cash, which is the space, the buffer to get me into the next paycheck. So it's like you did the work, you got paid, now just give yourself the space and the rest. Be still, in silence, magic can happen, be in the moment. So allow yourself to connect and be more open by giving yourself space from the things that are weighing you down. I know I've gone to this, I believe the word is motif, maybe it's metaphor, one of the two. Going back to that old metaphor of, you got the kid with the backpack, or you're the person with the server platter. You got all this crap on it, and the backpack and the server platter's heavy, but you never give yourself the time to set it down. You just set it the fuck down for a minute. Just set it down. Give yourself space. Imagine the mental breakdown, you know? Kids always having to carry around a 50-pound backpack, like, holy shit. No, you go home, you get space, you get a break. That's why school isn't 24/7. Now I'm just beating a dead horse. So, Air and Water Dragon helps you connect to higher frequencies. Trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, and express your inner song. This one's a little personal to me. I don't know if this is how you guys have been feeling. But for me, that space is also allowing me to raise my frequency. It's like, I don't know, it's like working at a place with dogs. And maybe you don't notice the smell of dogs, right? At first you do. Everything reeks like dogs, everything smells. You smell like dogs when you get home, wash your clothes. But then over time you stop noticing it. Where was I going with this? Oh. So the more you disconnect and give yourself space. Where was I going with that dog metaphor? Oh, the less you work though, the less you smell like dog. Unless you like smelling like dog, hey man, that's up to you. Let's use the French fries instead. You smell like fry grease. Every day you go to work, you get fry grease on you, you smell like fry grease. But the more days you have off, it helps you build up your immunity almost to these smells, and it makes it easier. So while you're in that space, it makes that job and tolerating it a lot easier. Well, I'm not saying this is difficult work, but trusting your intuition, it's practice. It's practice. Giving yourself space, and then practicing is what you're supposed to do. Practice work, do the work, give yourself space. It's that flip-flop between the two. Because then, disconnecting from these things that weigh you down, like I said, gives you space for the good to come in too. Let's put it this way. Let's say you put on blue sunglasses and everything always looked blue. I'm blue, da ba dee da da da. So everything always looks blue. You're just so used to it, you know. What's up with me and beating around the dead bush today? Trust your intuition. Develop your psychic abilities. I'm using negative motifs. Let's use positive ones. Practice. It's just practice. That's all it is. I've noticed for me, a lot of things are flowing into space. I'm creating space for myself and a lot of weird things are happening. I'm trusting my intuition more, which is pretty cool. There are days, especially lately, where you don't have to be in a high vibe to feel high vibe. I think once you get to it and practice enough, put in the reps enough, you just naturally sit at that vibration. So just like I was saying, the practice, you gotta practice being high vibe, or remembering how to be high vibe and letting go of the low vibes. Eventually you get to a point you just kind of sit there. So it's like leveling up in a video game, you know? You don't regress, unless your character dies. You hit level 50, I mean, maybe you can hit like a magic debuff or something, but basically, unless that character dies, he doesn't move from level 50. He doesn't go backwards. So once you put in the reps, once you put in the work, once you put in the practice, you hit a new base. You hit a new standard. Oops, someone getting pulled over. So now you're connecting to higher frequencies. And these dragons are also here to help you. I like to think of each card as an individual entity, so to speak, a specific energy. So Source Dragon is trying to help you connect. Air Dragon is trying to help you connect. And then we got the final dragon, Golden Atlantean Dragon. Helps you remember the wisdom of the Golden Atlantis. Golden Atlantis, yeah, that's what I said that right. Awaken. Bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. Yeah, it's funny, that's actually, I swear to God, maybe this reading was actually just for me. Maybe it wasn't for you guys, I don't know. I'm gonna upload it anyways, because there's always something that resonates with people. And if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. But the Golden Dragon said, attune to your wisdom. And I've already flipped the card. So while I'm sitting here, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I think it was one of the higher level. I don't like the codex in this book, I'm sorry. It might actually take me a while. Oh, I actually just found it. 7th dimensional Golden Dragon. Oh, I didn't even look at the dimensions. The dimensions are also quite significant. The golden era of Atlantis lasted for 1,500 years. And during this time period, people lived in harmony and happiness at the upper level of the 5th dimension. Humans, animals, and the land itself radiated a golden aura, and everyone enjoyed soul satisfaction. Well, that sounds really nice. Anyways, this card invites you to activate your own personal 5th dimensional blueprint, for it contains the light of an incredible era of Golden Atlantis. The Golden Atlantean Dragon, who has come to you now, worked directly with all the great masters of Atlantis during the Halcyon days, and remember exactly who you truly are. Prepare to reclaim your mastery. You are ready to dissolve the vinyl veils of amnesia, and your dragon will assist you to do so. Ask it to breathe its golden fire into your third eye, so that the final clearance and awakening can take place. Your dragon will remain with you, and shine light into you as you prepare to stand in the power of an Atlantean master. Sounds like you're getting a final upgrade, more or less. Not a final upgrade, but the next upgrade. I know lately I've been having the urge to draw again. I've been going through spurts here and there where it's like, I don't want to do shit. I don't want to do shit for months. Like, I barely draw lately. I just haven't felt like it. My nervous system's on fire. I'm getting my ass kicked. I mean, like, even if I have the time to draw, I just don't want to. But lately, even though I've been feeling like shit, I've been finding time, creating space to work on my art. And again, it's one of those funny things. Giving myself that space, I actually got better. I talk about this all the time on my channel. The workout, the repetition, the dedication is great. You know. Burn, 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 burn. But one thing I've realized and noticed is burning the midnight oil for too long just, well, it burns you. Like, for a while I was doing all these artist videos and YouTube videos and doing all the practice I can, literally, like, drawing every day for 30 days kind of crap. If you do that, that's cool. I'm not trying to dog on it, it's just not for me. So I tried it and I got burnt out and I couldn't draw for 2 months. But I noticed I would come back better. Why? Because at 2 months of rest, I processed and integrated all those lessons I learned. I wasn't giving myself space or time to slow down and process the information. I remember actually getting mad, because I worked on this thing for a month. I'm like, dude, I practiced for a whole fucking month. Why am I not understanding what this is? And then I took a couple months off, come back, and I'm just like, oh, that was a lot easier this time. Interesting. So it basically sounds like you're doing the work. You're putting in the reps. You're giving yourself space. You're basically functioning as a creator. You're functioning as a creator. You're doing your job. Good job. And the dragons are here to guide you. They see you doing it, and they're like, alright, let's help this bastard out. Good job, human. We help. Whether you know it or not, we don't just have guardian angels, we also have guardian dragons and guardian fairies. Ah, it's still hot. I took a risk. It backfired. Okay, I'm good. Onwards to the next one.